Alright, here is what the Master Grade Sengoku Astray Gundam looks like completed. Before painting, of course. I wanted to have an overall feel of what this kit looks like before I begin. And even though I've seen pictures and I've seen it at shows, at hobby stores, you know, already pre-built, seeing it up close, holding it with your hand, and more, you know, taking it all in, I'm saying to myself, why didn't I think of this? Why didn't I build this kit before? What held me up? Obviously, there was a lot of other things happening, and I bought this kit for a reason. There was a point where I was actually thinking of selling it, and I said to myself, no, this is too cool for me to sell. And I'm glad that I started working on this now. Like I said, I do remember some features from the Astray, but I only remember it from the no-grade version. Clearly there was a lot of unique features, especially in the assembly of the inner frame of the legs and the inner frame of the arms. I do like how beefy the arms are. Of course, this part comes off. I'm going to get to those one little gripes in a minute. Right here, I really like the overall design of the arms and how it looks. And I'm going to remove the backpack for a second. Oh, so this thing comes off too much. There we go. I'll put that together again. So the backpack, the back area of the back of this back, I love the different layers of how it looks from behind here. It's also the same here, but it's not the original, you know, Astray. This is because it's the Sengoku version. Not fond of the waist unit because there's not too much of skirt armor. There's very little, but it's designed, of course, like it's meant to be like that, so that way it's high mobility for this type of mobile suit. Let me just put this back where it was. There we go. And of course, this shield is unique for this kit, and you know, through the years I've seen people take this shield and put LED lights there and light the eyeballs there, which is kind of cool. I'll put this back where it was. It has actually, my surprise was here that even though this is a shield that you could put in, this can hold, it has a foldable handle, which is really nice, very unique for Bandai to do something like that. The major gimmick on this has to be the shoulder armor, where you have these extendable manipulator hand type things, which is designed to hold, you know, either to act as a shield type, you know, to knock anybody down. And you have to forgive me, I haven't watched the series in a long time. But also to hold these unique katana blades. As a matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. Can we do that? I think you have to take the whole thing apart. I think we can do this. Slide that down here. Put that there. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Let's do the same thing here. So instead of me taking this whole thing apart, all I have to do is take off the bottom part of the hilt, slide it down, and then put this in there like so. Oh wow, that's actually really nice. I like that. And if I had an extra pair of swords, which I think I do, I mean, I could put it on these hands. Oh, that was the one thing that I liked about this. Now, the one thing about this kit that, of course, I'm enjoying the most is the fact that this has manipulator hands. These are not parts forming hands. The first three, you know, these three fingers are merged together, but that's normal. I accept that. Because that way it at least strengthens the hand, so you could hold whatever pegs, whatever weapon you have. And there is a peg here. Let me see if I can do a zoom in. There's a, oops, too far. There we go. There's a peg right there where you can connect the swords to this. So I'm digging that feature. Everything is cool. I like this part here where you can rest the the swords. I like the ninja feet because it has this little padded feet right here. It's not too bad like certain master grade kits that the toes are too loose. This is actually a little stronger. It has a good like feel to it, like it's actually stable, more stabler than I've ever seen in a master grade kit. Now the gripes I've had with this kit is the fact that there's a lot of loose parts here. For example, this can come off very easy. This, even though it's a little tight, can pop out easily if you're not very careful. There's a lot of pointy parts here, so you got to be extra careful with that. I did not squeeze the parts together too much because I'm hoping to take them apart easily. That way, it gives me the ability to paint them individually. But even these parts here, like the underarm parts here, this chest part here, pops out easily, so you got to be careful with that. Hopefully when I paint it and I put them on together, they all snap into place without any issues. These parts here is a little loose as well, but I'm going to glue those parts once they're done. Oh, and if you notice, the green parts are not on the legs, on the shoulders, on the arms, because what is it? The stickers, those green stickers, which I don't know where I put. I thought I put them someplace. Oh, here we go. These. This one, of course, I'm going to paint them. Don't know about the front part here. I think didn't notice that that's black and neon green. I have the neon green, and I'll definitely paint the eyes neon green as well. Where does that come from? I'll have to look for that. Now, I didn't want to show off me building this kit each part by part because, like I said in the manual, there were certain parts that you need to remove, and there are parts that you did not need to remove. And there was a lot of parts. I mean, look at this. The A plate has all these extra parts here. The P plate and the B plate. I'm not going to pull them out, but yeah, there were a few too many parts here, and I didn't want to like take it all out, then paint it, and then realize, oh, I didn't need to paint this. Oh, I didn't need to paint that. I just want to make sure I select which one I want to use to paint. And I also did not sand a lot of the parts down. Some of them I cut very, very thinly to the point where I can sharpen them off, scrape them off with a hobby knife. But now, once I'm done showing you guys this, I'll begin taking them apart individually, looking at each and every part, sand it down nice and smooth, and then map them out in the way what's going to be painted and how. Obviously, the interframe and legs is easy to keep on because they're all part of the frame. These parts here on the arms needs to be sanded down. That I do know. Of course, the head and pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere I have to do. And I don't have to worry about an extra backpack because the backpack is basically this cool little monster shield back here, which is the neatest thing. That's nice. So yeah, this is going to be a cool thing to build and paint. So I have my paints ready there: the gold, the metallic gray, the black, metallic black, the neon green, the metallic red, and the diamond silver. Alright, so let me begin taking these apart and prepare them for painting. Okay, so I removed all the parts from took it apart, you could say. It's a bit of a mess here. I do have to begin the painful process of separating these parts based on color and hopefully not lose the parts. Don't worry, I have not lost one part yet. Thank God. It is a lot of small parts that makes up one big kit. Fortunately, put it away. So where is it? Here we go. One of the many tools you'll need is this. So for those of you who like eating Chinese food, keep this nearby. So that way it's easy for you to work with. So I'm going to put that here. Some of the parts that I'm not going to take apart, well, obviously this one for the knee, not the knee, the ankle, is you know, like this one, like the torso, which is already nice and packed in there. So for me to take it apart to paint it and re-put it back in again doesn't seem feasible for me. But this will allow me to paint it all in one shot. And let's get the alligator clip on this one so it's easy for me to work with when I paint. I'll put that there for now. Some other parts here are the interframe of the leg, which is very nice. Cool, very cool. I gotta find the placement. I could put it there. No. I wonder if I could do it this way. That's good enough. Yeah, I don't feel like it's gonna pop off. Alright. I'll do that this one here. Yeah, that's good. Now the interframe arm, I have to begin sanding out these little areas here. I have a little sanding stick here so I can do that. There. I don't have to worry about this one because it's going to be covered. I just have to like review each and every one of these to make sure which one has to be sanded down, which one I have to worry about because it's going to be covered up by the paint. I mean by the part. Interesting. Let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. Yeah, because there's a part that goes right over that white part. There we go. Now that one I can't open up. I'll find another one. Waist unit. There we go. Again, I'm amazed at how a lot of detail in this kit is. I'm hoping that when I do paint it with the metallic red, but it shows off the detail. Since I am going to be using a black primer first, actually let me do it this way. I'm going to use a black primer first to give it that highlight to strengthen the undercoat of the I'm sorry, the overcoat of the red, of the metallic red. The sword, I don't know. I'm hesitant to even touch it. I mean, clearly this part and the gold parts are easy, but for this, I mean, right now the only part that's damaged is like right there. You can barely notice it. I have to figure that out. Maybe. Oh, that's right. So let me acknowledge some people who actually sent me some comments here, telling me, you know, be careful with the joints. I haven't discovered any problems. It's nice and smooth, and the joints on the waist unit came out okay. So, I guess, well, obviously, you know, you want to be careful with your kit. You don't want to play around with it. This is this is not a Revell this is not a Revell Star Wars kit where you could take the punishment for your kid. So, you really got to be careful with it. Actually, I don't need to do that now. I'll do that later. Put that here for now. But now I'm going to begin the painful process of me sifting through all these colors, these parts. And I have my cardboard here. This is from the Gyaradoga. And then I have my reversible tape, so I can begin seeing which parts needs to go on. Oh darn! This popped out. Yeah. This thing better not be popping off all the time. Oh, let me see. This thing came off. There we go. Let's push it in there. Is the other one okay? Yeah, it's okay. Good enough. So yeah, going back to this. So I want to make sure I figure out which parts that I'm going to put on the reversible tape, and then put them on it so that way it's easy for me to control. There's a lot of small parts here. I gotta be very careful with this, so let me work on this. Oh, in the meantime, as I'm putting these parts ready, I'm also sanding them down. I have a 600 grit sanding stick. I have the 400 here. I have the thinner one, which I put to the side. Oh, that's right. I have also this flat one here, 600. So it's easy for me to, this one's a little more flexible, but this one's a little more rigid. Then we're going to work on this, and once everything is sanded down and cleaned up, we'll begin the priming phase. So stay tuned for that.